Good afternoon, everyone. Only one part is remaining into the wrist and hand complex biomechanics, that is about the thumb. So, as we were discussing about the every joint of the fingers, so today we will talk about the thumb. So, thumb will contain one carpometacarpal joint, one MCP joint, metacarpophalangeal joint, and one IP joint, which is this interphalangeal joint. It has include only one interphalangeal joint. So, carpometacarpal joint or trapeziometacarpal joint. So, trapeziometacarpal joint because only trapezoid and the only trapezium will be connected with the metacarpal joints into the thumb. So, between the trapezium and the base of the first metacarpal head. So, this joint is also known as the carpometacarpal joint as well as the trapeziometacarpal joint. So next we will talk about that. It is the saddle type of joint, and it has only 2 degree of freedom. So it will contain the flexion extension movement as well as the abduction movement and the opposition movement. So it will include so this carpometacarpal joint is the saddle type of joint. So it will and also it has 2 degree of freedom into this joint. So it will include the movement, that is flexion extension, abduction adduction, and the opposition movement. Second thing, it will also permit some axial rotation, and it will net effect between being the circumduction, which is known as the opposition. So it is also known as the circumduction or opposition. Generally we always known it as an opposition, but it also known as the circumduction or rotation or opposition. Now, what is opposition? So it will permits the tip of thumb to oppose the tips of finger. So it will permits the tip of thumb to touch the every tip of finger. So it will look like this, which is known as the opposition. Now next is carpometacarpal joint of the thumb. So as I told you, it is a shadal shaped portion of the trapezium, and is so it is a saddle shape of the it is a saddle shaped portion of the trapezium, which is concave and in sagittal plane. In sagittal plane, the abduction adduction movement occur. The thumb's abduction and adduction movement will be occur into the sagittal plane, and the convex in the frontal line, which is flexion and extension. So during the abduction and adduction movement, the trapezium bone, which is concave, it will move into the sagittal plane to complete the movement of the abduction and adduction. And as it is in flexion and extension movement, it will move into the frontal plane. So it will complete the movement of the flexion and extension of the thumb. Second is spherical portion on trapezium, which is convex in all directions. So there is a spherical portion which is into the trapezium, and it is in a convex. It has a convex surface in the all direction. Now next is base of the first metacarpal has reciprocal shape to the trapezium. So this carpometacarpal joint, it includes the trapezium and the metacarpal joint. So it will complete the movement like flexion extension and abduction adduction occurs. This movement will always occur into the saddle surface, but axial rotation on the spherical surface. So into the carpometacarpal joint, the flexion and extension movement and the abduction and adduction movement, which will complete into the saddle surface, but the rotation means the opposition will only occur into the spherical surface. So next we will talk about the movement कि जो flexion extension movement which is occur into the sagittal plane as well as oblique axis, means anteroposterior axis. Second is abduction and adduction. So abduction is mainly occur into the frontal plane and the axis is oblique coronal axis. So you guys have a confusion into the axis and the planes, but so that's why I cleared it. Now next we will talk about the capsule of the thumb line, means first carpometacarpal joint, which is relatively lax but it is reinforced by radial, ulnar, volar and dorsal ligament. So capsule of the thumb or capsule of the first carpometacarpal joint, which will relatively lax or which will relatively relaxed by the relaxed or reinforced by the radial, ulnar, volar and the dorsal ligaments. So this ligament will make it reinforced. So this ligament will make capsule reinforced. Second is intermetacarpal ligament. So what is the function of the intermetacarpal ligament? So it will help to tether the base of the first and second metacarpal, as well as it will tether the base. So it will provide the base to the first and second metacarpal joint, as well as it will prevent the extreme of radian and dorsal displacement of the base of first metacarpal joint. So it will prevent the extreme displacement of the first metacarpal joint. So it will provide the proper movement of the thumb, as well as it will also prevent the displacement of the first metacarpal joint. Second is dorsal radial and the anterior oblique ligament. So they are the main stabilizer of the carpometacarpal joint, dorsal-radial and the anterior oblique ligaments. So these both are the stabilizer of the metacarpal joint, first metacarpal joint mainly. Second is as osteoarthritis changes occur into the aging, matlab older age. So due to that, mainly the first carpometacarpal joint will affect first among all fifth metacarpal joint. So it is maybe due to the cartilage thinning in high load areas imposed on this joint by pinch and grasp across the incongruent surface. So it is due to the why osteoarthritis changes occur first into the thumb among the fifth metacarpal joint. So it is because of that the cartilage of the first metacarpal joint is thin in compared to other fingers. So due to that, it will also lead more load into the, it will also carry the more load into the into the joint. So and because of that, it will grasp or it has incongruent surface into the joint, and because of that it will always going first into the occurring changes into about the it will always changes has been occur into the first metacarpophalangeal joint or carpometacarpal joint into the thumb. So mainly during the abduction and adduction, into the abduction and adduction, the carpometacarpal joint will go into the cross leg position. Second is it has a unique range and direction of motion. Carpometacarpal joint has a unique range and the direction of the motion. Second, opposition is sequential abduction, flexion, abduction of the first metacarpal with simultaneous rotation. So what is the moment of the opposition? So it will always the abduction and flexion and the adduction of the first metacarpal joint, and simultaneously rotation. So abduction, flexion and the adduction, abduction, flexion, adduction. So this is the rotational movement occurring to the thumb. And third, last one is the functional significance of the first carpometacarpal joint is appreciated in all form of the prehension. So this joint, so carpometacarpal joint is always help, it always provide help to for the every type of prehension, like every type of grip. So it will always help to lift the object, or it will always help to lift the object. It always help to grip something. So it is mainly due to that. Next is metacarpophalangeal joint and the interphalangeal joint of the thumb, that we will see into the next video. Thank you.